Right now on ABC 10 News at 4 o'clock, we have breaking news from the two largest university systems in California. The announcement that will affect everyone going back on campus this fall. The availability of childcare in certain communities has gotten worse since the pandemic. The push to eliminate childcare deserts, providing services regardless of zip code. Plus, how students of a local riding center are grabbing the reins and leading themselves on a path that's positively San Diego.
ABC 10 News starts now with breaking news.
We do start today with breaking news. California's two major university systems just announced students and staff will be required to get the COVID-19 vaccine in order to return to campus this fall, pending FDA approval. Good afternoon. I'm Kimberly Hunt. And 10 News anchor Derek Stahl is in our live center right now. He's been following this issue and the new policy. Derek.
Kim, so far this is only a draft policy that the two university systems are releasing to get feedback from students and from staff. So some of the minor details might eventually change, but the main point here is clear. There is a vaccination mandate coming, and between the two university systems, they employ more than 1 million students and employees. So the leaders there are saying this is the most comprehensive and consequential university plan for COVID-19 vaccines anywhere in the country. Now, this is a major about face for both university systems. Just earlier this month, they both told 10 News that they would not do this. They had no plans for a vaccine mandate. Now, under the draft policy released today, the mandate will only take effect once a vaccine gets full approval from the FDA. Right now, the vaccines only have an emergency use authorization, but this month Pfizer did say it plans to apply for full approval. Students and staff will have to provide proof of immunization or get a shot at a university-sponsored location to get access to campus or to university housing. Now, people can get an exemption for medical reasons or for religious beliefs. Students and staff will have to apply for those, and those who do get approval, they'll be allowed on campus, but they will be subject to additional safety measures like more frequent testing. Now, I just spoke with a law professor who says that the university systems here are sidestepping some legal uncertainty by waiting to get full FDA approval. However, they're entering into some other uncertainty because it's not clear when the FDA could actually issue that approval. Pfizer is projecting it'll happen sometime in the second half of this year. Will it happen in time for the fall semester in September? We'll have to wait and see. Much more on this in later editions of 10 News. For now, I'm Derek Stahl, ABC 10 News.
Big afternoon. Thank you, Derek, for that live update. A woman who served more than 20 years behind bars for killing her husband is back in court. Jane Dorotic was convicted of killing her husband back in 2001. However, her original conviction was reversed last year and she was eventually released. ABC 10 News reporter Adam Rakusin explains today's court hearing will help lead the way for what happens next in this case.
I've heard words about a search for truth. The truth hasn't been found. I would like to encourage them all to find the truth.
That was Jane Dorotic back in 2001 after she'd been convicted of killing her husband Robert. Now, 20 years later, Dorotic is back in court, still trying to prove her innocence. This time with a new team and new arguments.
With all of those conditions being met,
Thursday's court hearing started what's known as a preliminary hearing. Think of it as a mini trial. The prosecutor must show that enough evidence exists to charge the defendant and move forward to a trial. In this case, it would be a new trial because in 2020, a judge reversed Dorotic's original conviction.
Underneath the house, I searched that area.
The prosecution's first witness, the deputy who found Robert Dorotic's body.
I saw Mr. Dorotic lying on his back. I saw trauma to his head.
James Blackman, a now retired sheriff's deputy, described the crime scene, responding to the initial missing persons call and his first conversation with Jane Dorotic, among other things.
And she said that her husband was missing, and the last time she saw him was about 1:15 p.m. And she said he was sitting in front of the TV, watching TV and getting dressed to go run or jog.
Dorotic's lawyers say prosecutors got it wrong. She's represented by attorneys from Loyola Law School's Project for the Innocent. They claim she was wrongfully convicted on the basis of false blood and DNA evidence originally presented to the jury. Adam Rakusin, ABC 10 News.
The hearing is expected to last several days. Dorotic was temporarily released from prison last year because of COVID-19 concerns. 2 teenagers were killed when their truck crashed near SeaWorld late last night. San Diego police say a 19-year-old man was speeding on SeaWorld Drive when he lost control, hitting a light pole and then a street light. He had a 19-year-old passenger in the truck with him. Fire crews had to use the jaws of life to get the 2 out. They were both pronounced dead at the scene. Police have not released their identities, and they are still investigating. Today, President Biden hosted the first of a 2-day virtual climate summit. The president invited 40 world leaders, including the Chinese president, to participate.
The signs are unmistakable. The science is undeniable. But the cost of inaction keeps mounting.
Biden has made climate change an essential part of U.S. foreign policy and national security since taking office. Today, he committed the U.S. to cutting its 2005 emission levels by 50 to 52% by 2030 and creating millions of jobs by doing it. And many other nations made big pledges as well. Canada aiming to reduce its 2005 emission levels by 45% by 2030. China vowed to strictly limit its use of coal-fired generated projects. From beach cleanups to new solar panels, San Diegans celebrated Earth Day throughout the county. ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer De La Cruz shows us the local push to combat climate change.
With more than 70 miles of coastline, the Pacific Ocean is one of San Diego County's most iconic features, and it's certainly no place for trash.
Number one thing we pick up is cigarette waste, cigarette butts.
This Earth Day, the San Diego Tobacco Control Coalition hosted several beach cleanups throughout the county. In Encinitas, volunteers geared up with gloves and trash bags to get litter out of the ocean.
The problem with tobacco product waste is that it just is not biodegradable. Once it's out in the environment, it's going to stay there.
In 2019, California passed Senate Bill 8, banning smoking and e-cigarette smoking at all state beaches and parks.
When you come to California, there's a lot of places that you can't smoke at, and we're really proud of that. But we want to increase those protections and have more smoke-free outdoor places.
Volunteers were not only picking up trash, but collecting vital data about how policies on tobacco and single-use plastics are working and where they need improvement.
This data collection is so exciting. I'm so happy to be here.
For anyone heading to the beach, they have this message.
If you smoke, treat it like a dog. If it poops, you pick it up, you throw it away.
In Hillcrest, University Christian Church also celebrated Earth Day by unveiling new solar panels. The church says it's just one of their many efforts to go green. They're also creating an environmental hub for nonprofits to work on climate change issues, and they're pushing for utility companies to move away from fossil fuels by opting for greener alternatives. Jennifer De La Cruz, ABC 10 News.
Researchers at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography are working with local leaders to develop new eco-friendly policies. They're hoping to enact changes that will limit the negative effects of climate change on San Diegans.
The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is set to be reviewed by a panel of doctors tomorrow. The U.S. stopped administering the J&J vaccine nearly 2 weeks ago. That was so scientists could have more time to gather data on reports of rare blood clots. We spoke with 2 doctors on the Advisory Committee for Immunization Practices to see what may come out of this meeting.
We might have just simple warnings, which would be helpful. And I think we've already broadcast those warnings as well, but we will revise the wording there and make sure that it really is relevant for the public, but also for the medical community to understand.
They will be asking themselves the question, should we be using J&J vaccine? I think the answer is yes. But we'll see. And if so, should it be used by everybody? Should there be a warning that everybody is given that information? Or should we restrict this vaccine only to certain populations?
Both doctors say the goal is to safely get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine back on the market as soon as possible. They stress how rare these blood clots are, about 1 in a million, and that the benefits of the vaccine greatly outweigh the risks. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine also provides some benefits that Pfizer and Moderna can't match.
And from the point of view of the health departments, they can take this one-and-done vaccine, which can be handled in normal refrigerator temperatures, and reach out to hard-to-reach populations, the homeless population, People who are homebound and can't leave, they're bringing the vaccine to the people. You can't do that with the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccines.
The panel will also discuss research on treatment of that rare blood clot side effect to ensure healthcare workers know how to help people. The blood clots from the J&J vaccine are caused by low levels of platelets, whereas a typical blood clot is caused by high levels of platelets. Tomorrow's discussion will be open to the public. The panel is expected to vote on whether to resume the J&J vaccine by the end of the day.
And the family of Daunte Wright remembering their loved one during his funeral service today. 20-year-old Wright was stopped last week for a traffic violation in the Minneapolis suburb of Brooklyn Center when police discovered a warrant for his arrest. The officer who shot Wright said she mistook her gun for her taser. Wright's mother brokenhearted about having to bury her son today.
I never imagined that I'd be standing here. The roles should completely be reversed. My son should be burying me.
Wright's father and siblings also spoke during the service, saying that life will never be the same without him. Kim Potter, the officer that fired on Wright, has since resigned and now faces a charge of second-degree manslaughter. She will be back in court next month but remains out on bail.